We are fortunate enough to be joined today by Jordan McCraw from Visit York County. This is your monthly check-in, and
Yes.
he is the Director of Sales for Visit York County. So welcome, Jordan.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here.
Start by telling us a little bit about what's going on in the city right now. As many people know, if you've been downtown, if you've been over to the Sports and Event Center, or if you've just been traveling downtown Rock Hill, you can see there's a lot of hustle bustle going on for the middle of July.
Yeah. First, shout out to Rock Hill PRT for being able to host these great events that come in here every July. So that's a big shout out to them. We're really appreciative of our partnership with them to help be a part of these events. So we have Adidas Girls 3SSB that starts today, goes until the 22nd on Monday. That's the second half of this Adidas event that's been going on the past week and a half. After that, you'll have the NCAA College Basketball Academies. That's July 23rd through the 29th. Then you'll have the Cornhole World Championships August 1st to the 11th. So a lot of different things you can check out here at the city of Rock Hill PRTs.
That's right. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Talking to Jordan McCraw, Director of Sales of Visit York County. All right, so we got kind of a celebrity in York County over in Lake Wiley, Clover. Goat boater. Tell me about the goat boater that's in town.
Yeah, so Goat Boater Paddleboard Racing Series. Fun fact for you guys, paddleboarding just got approved by the Olympics as an Olympic sport. So it's now.
Wow.
So that's something we're looking to hope to grow here with the local guy here in Lake Wiley to help promote paddleboarding. The lady in question that we're talking about here, her name is April Zilg. If I said her last name wrong, I apologize. It's Zilg. She's a second-ranked paddleboarder ranked by the Association of Paddleboard Surf Professionals. She's a 3-time gold medalist and a world champion out of Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. She will be down here doing clinics and being a part of the event on Saturday and Sunday with Goat Boater on Lake Wiley. So
now, what specifically brought her here, if that's the case?
she had a contact with Rob Cronulla, and Rob, if I mispronounced your last name, I apologize. But Rob and her had a relationship, and he brought her in. He does a training day. He made his events 2 days to help, include kids and different levels of paddleboard racers to say, hey, we can teach you guys while you're here. So,
what does a typical goat boater race look like? Like how far are they paddleboarding?
I'm not sure the exact distance that they go. And when you say race, it is a race, but it's not like people go the same direction the entire way. So it's 3 different locations they'll go to. One might be Goat Island, one might be in 2 other locations, and the first person to grab each of those things at those 3 designated spots and back wins, and they're timed. So it's a really cool event. If you guys ever need something to do on a weekend, check out Goat Boater Paddleboard Racing Series.
That's interesting.
I mean, now it's an Olympic sport. I want to check it out.
Yeah.
And that'll happen, I guess, in 2028 for the Olympics?
We have to double check and see where it's at on that, but it is a qualifying sport now. So we'll see
That's
how it
amazing.
goes.
That's great.
All right, so we move on to Winthrop Esports Conference. Of course, esports has been massive for Winthrop and a mode of economic impact for the city of Rock Hill. Tell me about this.
Yes, so we have our first esports conference that we're ever going to host here in Rock Hill. So it's going to be a cool one. It's called the Esports and Education Conference. We're partnering with City Labs Incorporated. He's the CEO of that is a local of ours, Yancey Wingard, who also works with Comporium. And they're obviously great partners of ours as well. So we love to be able to promote that. It'll be held at the Winthrop Coliseum. You'll have drone racing, drone racing, drone soccer, and then multiple games of esports tournaments going on at the same time.
What's interesting about that esports, and whenever it comes up, it's fascinating to me that Winthrop was kind of on the ground level in terms of one of the first programs, universities that implemented this, because now when you look at national headlines, it's starting to blow up. I mean, it's starting to become a big national scene.
It's really nice. And this is something that I attribute to Chuck Ray and his job and President CERN over there at Winthrop for really kind of setting the tone for what universities should look to do with esports programs in the future, especially with the new Winthrop Esports Lab over at the Lowenstein building here in downtown. It's just a great way for the university to kind of put their foot in a different door that wasn't there before and lead the country in something. So that we love to be able to support that.
I mean, students are getting scholarships for this, correct?
They've won multiple national titles. They just won a couple this past summer, or past couple of months. For a multitude of games. So we'd love to support them.
So you said drone racing. So can people go watch this event?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's outside. What is that going to look like? Where does that take place?
So the drone racing...
Or if you see them, don't freak out. It's an event.
The drone racing, they've debated on doing it inside on the concourse on top of the Coliseum, but they've also debated on doing it outside at the lake. So I'm not exactly sure where the exact location is yet, but regardless, when they do it, they'll have protective covers on them. The students that make these drones, it's part of a STEM class they do with their actual schools. And so when they make the drones, it's like, when you go to Boy Scouts, everybody makes the same car, and then they race them at the end. So that's the same kind of idea.
I hope this question isn't totally over your head, but I know some people of a younger generation do the thing where they watch people game on like Twitch and stream and YouTube. Is this something that people watch, these esports competitions? Is this something that people will like live stream and watch people do?
Definitely for the actual video game component of it. So like the Super Smash tournament, Super Smash Brothers, the Rocket League tournament, there's a couple different other fighting games on there. Those stuff definitely. The drone racing and drone soccer, not too much, but it will be live streamed. So I will kind of see how that goes, and we'll gauge it off that. The drone soccer is a brand new thing where they kind of race or they play their match in a 15-foot tall cage. It's like 5-on-5. One drone is designated as the ball, and they got to score in the goal, and the other drones have to stop that ball. So it's a pretty cool thing. Never heard of it before, but it was an awesome thing once we saw it. Chuck and Winthrop loved the idea of it, so we're really excited about that.
And this is kind of, they're leading the charge when it comes to this, correct?
Yes, and we'll have a bunch of speakers that Yancey and City Labs and Chuck and everybody has reached out to bring as well to help just educate the public on what esports is and how it makes sense in different communities and how you can treat it just like any other local sport. So.
Finishing up with Jordan McCraw, Director of Sales with Visit York County, and special event happening tonight up in Clover.
Yes, so we got Food Truck Thursday out at Boyd's Tire and Appliance. It's from 6:30 to 9. A bunch of different food truck options out there. If anybody has looking for something to do tonight, check out our buzz at visityorkcounty.com, and you can check out the Food Truck Thursday as well as a multitude of other events. So
we always say that you can never live in York County, Rock Hill, Clover, York, and say that you're bored, because there's always something going on.
I wanted to give a shout out to you guys and your website. It was the week of July 4th, and I was trying to find a way to encapsulate all the events that were happening for the local newscast, and I was able to...
It was amazing.
Yeah, basically lead people to Visit York County because all of the July 4th events were right there on your all's page, so you guys did a great job with that.
Thank you.
Tell us one more time how to get to the York County Buzz if people don't know about it.
Yeah, so if you go to the Visit York County website, it's www.visityorkcounty.com, and you go to the events tab and click weekend events. The first thing you'll see when it pops up is subscribe to the Yoko Buzz. So.
All right. Well, Jordan McCraw, Director of Sales at Visit York County, we appreciate you being here. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.